There's been few people that I've met on some set, some performance, some place, and it's like, yeah, that's a bro.
Thanks, bro. Sorry.
Hey, man, nah, you good, bro. What's going on, man? Talk to me, bro. What's going on, bro?
That was really nice, bro. I needed that.
Don't be mistaken about my grind. I can do this all the time. Greatness in me, so I shine. You're listening to one of a kind. I got breath in my lungs, blood pumping through these veins. According to the scriptures, that should be more than enough to give Yahweh my praise. I got breath in my lungs, blood pumping through these veins. According to the scriptures, that should be more than enough to give Yahweh my praise. I've been lost by the wayside.
It's a good record, bro.
Yeah.
It's a good record.
I be lost by the wayside.
I mean, you know, at my place, I have people that live below me, so I can't play nothing. Like, even if it's a little bit, they be like knocking on the roof. Here, you actually get to like knock it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for
I got
Jesus,
good neighbors too, man. I got good neighbors.
nothing but Jesus.
Thankful that I made it through the holidays. I'm rolling through the city and I'm only about a mile away. Grateful that I'm loved and I haven't shown a ton of grace. But really at times I know I'm hard to tolerate. Plenty of times I wasted time. I saw the line, I crossed the line. I did the sin, he paid the fine. And this is what is on my mind as approaches Christmas time. Honestly, I be lost by the wayside. Thinking all I gotta do is pay ties that be weak lies that hold me from great. I have been advised by my own real estate. I ain't talking real estate. I'm talking heavenly. But while I be upon this earth, I can speak boldly of what he has done for me. Either way, I am one of one, and so are you. In your presence of present materials have come and gone, but your impact is greater than ever. All of us have lost someone, so this Christmas let's remember the legend and be mindful of our eternal reverence. Yeah,
It's the season to remember. Grateful that I made it to December.
Ooh, bro, folks don't realize, bro. They don't realize.
Holiday blessings and cheers for making it to a new year.
We do gotta promote this one, but
Bro, it's a fire record.
It's the season
fire,
to remember.
bro.
Grateful that I made it to December. Holiday blessings and cheers for making it to a new year.
I'm gonna let it run real quick.
I got breath in my lungs, blood pumping through these veins. According to the scriptures, that should be more than enough to give Yahweh my praise. I got breath in my lungs, blood pumping through these veins. According to the scriptures, that should be more than enough to give Yahweh my praise. Don't know where I be.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah.
No clothes up too deep. Lost by the wayside. Your grace covers me. If it wasn't for Jesus, me, I found sleep.
Solid.
Someone else lucky. Nothing but Jesus.
What's goody? It's your boy Nick Kayea saying it's a great day to be saved, great life to know Christ, and a great time to live the dream. Welcome to the Respect My Genius pod. I'm so excited, guys. And the reason why I'm excited is because I got a guest. The very first guest for the Respect My Genius pod. This is a great honor. I don't know if you know how great of an honor this is.
no, it's dope to be here.
Who does this guy think he is? This is a great honor. So everybody, really quickly, I want to introduce my guy, my friend. Should I say T or should I say Tobias?
Either works.
Tobias. Tell everybody what's up, man.
What's up, everybody? Happy to be here. I want to say the title of the podcast is dope. Respect my genius, because respect it. But yeah, it's good to be here, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. You know what? It's funny that you say the title is, fire or whatever, because I got it maybe about like a year ago. Mm-hmm. And the word I got it from is because I've worked with people, or I've met people, or I've come in contact with a lot of individuals who, because I don't have a lot of followers, because I don't have a lot of music out, because I'm not mainstream, or just because you haven't heard of me, I get overlooked so bad, bro. I get overlooked. And but I've done a lot that a lot of people don't know about.
Facts.
And it's all my fault.
But
It's all my fault.
Still though, I think first of all, social media is not a real place.
That's true.
I know Grammy winners that if you go to their social media right now, I have more followers than them.
Yeah, facts.
And I'm not really like, I'm not popping on social media like that. But I know somebody who's like, who's written for people, and I'm not gonna put people name because I don't want to talk about their business. But and then you go to their social media, you wouldn't know they doing great things in silence. So then I don't know, man. People look at certain stuff and then they go off of that for status. But you missing out on blessings or who you could be having a real genuine connection with.
That's very true.
I was watching.
Go ahead, bro.
I was watching a Tyler the Creator interview.
Okay.
And he was talking about how he Rex Orange County, how he was watching one of his videos and how he had 4 views. And then he was blown away by the 4. He was like, why isn't nobody listening to this? Flew the dude out and got him on his album.
Crazy.
And it's like, but somebody else will be like, oh, this only got 4 views. Skip.
You
missing out.
So yeah, man, I got the idea for Respect My Genius because I'm a genius in my own right? Yeah. And I've had a good amount of people actually tell me that, but also because of my failures, because because a lot of people have not seen what it is that I've done, I sell myself short. So many times, bro, I sell myself short. And I believe that that's just a thing that a lot of creatives go through, period, is selling themselves short. But yeah, so this is the first episode of, this is the first guest I have on Respect My Genius. This is my friend Tobias, or T, what do you call it? Tee Dewitt?
Dewitt is my last name, so I just be going by Tee Dewitt.
Tee Dewitt.
Yeah.
With 2 E's. T-E-E, capital D-E-W-I. TT.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Matter of fact, bro, give everybody your socials real quick, just so they can go ahead and follow you while we start.
Follow me on IG, TikTok at Tee Dewitt, T-E-E-D-E-W-I-T-T. Again, that's T-E-E-D-E-W-I-T-T. More content coming too, so yeah, follow me.
All right, fantastic. So, in this game or experience of artistry, creativity, music, you end up coming across people in your path, and you never know who you're gonna come across when you go to different events, going to the grocery store or whatever. So actually tell everybody how we met.
So I got asked by a friend, my friend Caleb. Caleb. Yeah, he asked me to perform at something he was trying to put together, and in life, like I'm always noticing, like God will have you be somewhere that I'll be honest, I wasn't even like, yeah, let's do this event. I was just like, yeah, I'll do it.
Facts.
And God will put you in places where you're gonna meet the people you're destined to meet. Even though that Grammy winner that I was mentioning earlier, I was in a country bumpkin town where I was just like, why am I here? And that's how I met him. And so then back to this story though. ADHD, sorry guys.
Nah, you good, bro.
But back to this story. So yeah, I went to go do this event, and there was other people there performing, but me and Nick, we were like, nah, that's the one right there. And then I performed, Nick performed. Nick's set was dope. I thought my set could be better because I thought the sound was a little off, but Nick still, I guess he heard the vision. I heard the vision.
So I'm gonna interrupt. So we went to Caleb's event, and I sang a song called Bless My Soul. Y'all don't care. I sang it in the key of D, right? I wrote the song.
I care.
Thank you. I wrote the song in the key of E flat, but because I thought I was gonna, I was still healing from my throat injury, but because I thought that I wasn't gonna do a good job, I brought it down to the key of D. So that performance, I didn't think that I did a good job on that performance. But funny with that, Caleb afterwards like, bro, that was so great. I can tell that you're one with the Lord, that you worshiping, this, that, and the third. But when I saw your set, bro, I was like, this guy one, you had great stage presence. Whether you believe it or not, bro, you had great stage presence. And two, your sound is unique, right? You don't sound like all the other rappers out there. You don't sound like people on, well, nobody listens to the radio anymore, but I always say radio.
No, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, you don't sound like mainstream. You know, you have your own flow, you have your own style, the way that you tick tack and get every syllable and move it and then speed it up and then slow it down. I was like, this is really, really good. And so after that performance, I don't know if we was talking inside and then we end up stepping outside, or if we started talking outside, but me and this guy went outside and was talking by my car for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it all started with, can you see? First of all, we both realized we love Spider-Man.
Facts.
So then we look at our phones and we both had like Spider-Man.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
We was like, you like Spider-Man? I was like, I love Spider-Man. And then then Nick mentioned musicals, and I was like, bro, I love musicals.
Yeah.
And we was just clicking.
That's what it was.
It was like, yep, but Spider-Man brought us together, man. And then I don't know. I want to say something.
Bro, say whatever you want. I can edit it if it's not good.
Okay, I want to say, edit it. So if this gets cut, y'all gonna be like, he said something bad. He said something bad. I just remember what stood out. It was the confidence, bro. You was like, you're talking to the greatest musical writer of all time.
Oh, yes. Yes. We're keeping that in there, guys.
Yeah, you was like, you're talking to the greatest musical writer of all time. And,
it's a matter of time.
And as somebody who, you know, I'll admit, somebody who just like deal with insecurities, who deal with like self-doubt, it was refreshing to talk. I didn't, cause there's been times where I'll say something and I'm believing in myself, and then somebody be like, you're being cocky. And I know me, I know my intention. I feel like I'm very humble. I feel like I'm I try to be present. Yeah. So then when I'm like, man, I think I killed this, and somebody like, you being cocky, it kind of like, I was just believing in myself in this moment.
See, let's talk about that real quick. This is great already. Let's talk about that, because people will allow their insecurities to rub off on other people, right? Literally in the last episode that I just dropped, it opens up with me saying, I'm a humble guy. I am a humble guy. But if somebody says they're humble, are they really humble?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can know yourself, you can know your thoughts. Like, I know where I was and where I am now. Yeah. Right. And so it is confidence, because one, I listen to a lot of musicals. I watch the musicals out there, and you guys are doing a great job. You guys are doing a great job, but I know I can do better, bro. Yeah. I know the music that I have is better. I know with the right team, the right camera crew, right choreography, we're killing it. Because for some reason, for the The Greatest Showman was fantastic. But I don't think, I did not see the Matilda movie. I heard that was really good.
Matilda was fire.
So I need to see that. But
Matilda was
besides that, I haven't seen anything that I was like, I have no complaints, or the music was flawless. That's just me. And again, no offense to all the other stuff that's been out there.
They finna be in the comments like, yo.
But it's when you know music, and when you know that music is good or great, and when you know really good music, that when you hear it, it touches your heart and soul, and then you watch something else and it's like, that could have been better. You know, that's how I feel a lot of times. So I know, because I say this, that a lot of my stuff is going to get critiqued, and people are going to come at me for, you know, the content that I produce, and I understand that. But as time progresses, you guys are going to see that the musicals that I create are going to be bananas. And this is not pride talking. This is confidence, because one thing that I know that God has blessed me with is the gift of music and the gift of writing. And it's the gift of telling story, right? So with musicals, you're telling the story and you're adding music to it. And, you know, chord structure got to be right. The melodies have to be good. The counter melodies have to come in right. You have to use the right wording and the right phrasing with the right cadences. Like, you know, sometimes it's a cool cadence, but they're using the wrong notes. Or they got, go ahead.
It's a cool cadence and they're not saying nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, I'm not gonna point out a particular song, but all of my friends know there's one song that like it bugs me to the core because it says nothing. The cadence, everybody like yeah, it's like da-da-da-da-da, and I'm like, they said nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call it out, but my friends know what it is. They're gonna be like, he's talking about. They're gonna probably comment that he's talking about this
Hey,
song.
you know, but with music, everybody has their preferences, right? And so I can very well say that, you know, a lot of music out there is not that good, and somebody can listen to my stuff and say, you know, it's not that good or it's mid as well. You know what I mean? So it's all preference. But you guys are looking at the best musical maker ever.
Talk your stuff though. Talk it though.
Yeah, bro.
And that's my point. I think about so I was living in this apartment complex one day because you said something about projecting. I was living in this apartment complex and we had this the guy who like janitor, he worked on the yard and stuff, and he was gone for a while, and his name's Curtis. Curtis, if you see this by chance, you are like one of the coolest, most genuine people. Curtis, you so cool. Like just conversations with you are just always it was great. But I'm finna give you guys one of the stories, one of my Curtis stories. So I'm walking, I see Curtis, haven't seen him in a long time. I'm like, yo, Curtis, what's up? And he's like, he always called me Sunshine. He's like, T, Sunshine, you so bright. Now I was like, I don't know if it's because I'm light skinned, but he was like, T is so Sunshine, you so bright. And I was like, what's up? I was like, what's up, Curtis? And he was like, I was like, where you been at? He was like, man, he's like, my wife, she took me to Jamaica, and that was my first time ever going.
Wow.
And it was so beautiful there, and it was so nice. And, you know, like, I've never been on a trip like that, and it was so nice that we actually got to go. And it was our anniversary, too, and it was beautiful. And I was like, man, I'm hearing this. I'm smiling. I'm happy for Curtis. And he was like, as soon as I got back to work, you know, I'm cleaning up the you know, picking up trash on the lines and stuff like that. And he had parked the 4-wheeler that, the maintenance people, they drive around. He parked it somewhere where I guess he was blocking somebody in a parking spot, which, you know, he could have easily moved and moved out the way. So then he parked somewhere really quick so he could pick up some trash, and somebody comes outside, a Karen, and she's yelling at him and cussing at him. So I'm getting offended. I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm not gonna repeat what she said, but she said some messed up stuff to him where I'm getting offended, foul language too. And I was like, what? And so I'm like, I'm offended for him. And then he's just like, yeah, and he's still smiling. And I'm like,
wow.
And he was like, I just had a great trip and I come back to negativity. And he's like, but I know that had everything to do with her and nothing to do with me. And in that moment, and I was dealing with some stuff at work at the time too, and I just carried that energy to work, where that's anytime somebody's trying to project certain stuff on you, it has so much to do with them. Very often, very little to do with you. And so then if somebody's like, oh, you're not the best this, you're not the greatest that it often is their insecurities, and they're trying to project that onto you.
Yeah.
Or sometimes people, my sister told me this. She's like, sometimes, Tobias, people aren't attracted to your light because they admire it. Sometimes people are attracted to your light because they're envious of it. And then they're gonna do anything to try to darken it.
Bro, we're not even gonna talk about that because I've had some experience with some people that, Jesus Christ. Oh,
So,
man.
y'all, man,
That's true.
Believe in yourself. Just keep going.
Facts.
Man.
That's rule number 4. So, for those of you guys that don't know, I am the director of the Creative Village. The Creative Village is a program that I run with youth, young adults, and basically what that is it's just a space for creatives to be able to work and do their thing, in acting, music. I teach piano, guitar. My after school program, we did a movie last year that you guys have not seen yet because I got a lot of work to do. But matter of fact, let's watch a clip real quick.
Listen together. And the winner for your favorite host is Aubrey.
Sometimes I can't take it. So much weight on my mind. Pressure hard to break it. But I say I'm fine. Nothing's fine. Tell me, am I wise? Slipping, you won't catch me. You know I can't lie. I bring the pressure. Who is getting school? You know how I do. Underneath my smile, I'm just someone like you.
So much pressure. I'm under pressure.
I'm not mindless. My mom said there's right path for you, but you must find it. I'm feeling lost though. My teacher said that pressure makes diamonds. And so a line is stomping a weight that has me confinement. A penny for my thoughts will cost me more than all of these missions. This road paid to go guide me through my convictions. Yeah.
I've been going through it with this pressure on my mind, just trying to survive in the school. I don't even think they realize all the pressure on my mind, just trying to keep it calm, keep it cool. I've been going through it with all this pressure on my mind, just trying to survive in the school. I don't even think they realize all the pressure on my mind, just trying to keep it calm, keep it cool. Yeah.
Sometimes I can't take it. So much weight on my mind. Pressure hard to break it. But I say I'm fine.
Pressure. Pressure.
Am I looking fly? Tell me, am I not?
Slipping, you won't catch me. You know I can't lie. I bring pressure. Coolest kid in school. You know how I drove.
How I do?
Underneath my smile, I'm just someone like you. Under pressure, am I looking fly? Tell me, am I not?
Am I not?
Pressure, slipping, you won't catch me. You know I can't lie. I bring that pressure. Coolest kid in school. You know how I do.
Underneath my smile, I'm just someone like you. Under pressure. Pressure.
I've been going through all this pressure on my mind, just trying to survive in the school. I didn't even realize all the pressure on my mind, just trying to keep it coming, keep it cool.
Sometimes I can't take it. So much weight on my mind. Pressure hard to break it. But I say I'm fine.
No, Marlon. Yesterday was a freaking joke.
It's fire.
All right, so that record that y'all just heard, that record's called Pressure, okay? Me and this guy right here wrote that record.
Also, when you, like just to manifest, because when you was talking earlier about like how you gonna like you're the best musical writer and everything, and where your journey's gonna go. In my mind, I was thinking, "Yep, I'm gonna be right there with him." I'm helping where I can. Yeah, I'm right there. So I'm already speaking. I already know.
I'm gonna take it. Good tag team.
Yeah,
for real. So like, yeah. So let me just talk about that real quick, and then we'll keep on going. So the first record that we did was Season to Remember. So I got breath in my lungs. Don't be mistaken about my grind. I can do this all the time. So I'm like, hey, bro, I got a record. I want you to jump on it. He came in, fire, boom. So I'm like, all right, great. Because I've worked with some people, and some people, they come in with their verse, and it's cool. Some people's like, thanks, bro, I appreciate your time. And then other people's like, all right, hey, bro, just tweak this right here, and we good, right? Or we don't got to tweak anything. So after that, since we talked about musicals, last year I did a project with my children, and we made a legit movie. It's called I Like to Sing. It's 2 hours long. I'm in the editing process now. I'm chopping off like 10 to 15 minutes just so it can be a little bit more
streamlined.
Yeah. It's all original music written by yours truly. He jumped on a record for me. One of my students, Emily, who you guys will see, she will be on the show. She wrote a verse to something. Another record, one of my students made a beat for. The one in the classroom. Yes, I'm the man with the plan. Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, hey, listen to this real quick.
Hold on. This is my boy Trey. Beat produced by Austin. Yeah.
Yes, I'm a man with a plan. At least that's what people say. A superhero. Please no pictures today. Yes, I'm a man with a plan. At least that's what people say. A superhero. Please no pictures today.
pictures today. Oh, so you want to be Mr. Funny Guy?
A student produced that beat. All I did was like move some tweaks here and there, and then I had one of my other kids sing it. Fired. So check this out, and then we're gonna get back to it. But this is good music. It's not bad music, and I'm doing that with my kids. No budget, with my microphone and my laptop on Logic. Now imagine a budget. Imagine anybody I could use, best producers in the world, to make some stuff. Y'all just heard 2 records just now, and that was something light. Respect my genius. Man, this is getting good. And you know what? Since it's getting good, if you haven't done so already, what I need you guys to do is like the video and share it too. Send it to somebody who you think needs to know this information. And last thing, but certainly not least, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, so whenever we come out with new content, you guys will be the first to know. Thank you. Back to the vid. And again, I'm not being prideful. I'm being straightforward. Like, music is something that I've been doing for a very, very long time. But before we go there, because this episode is not about me, it's about T. Tell us about your experience, bro. How did you get introduced to music, acting, all those different things? Tell us about it.
So honestly, I feel like this is gonna sound cliche. It's always been a thing for me. Like, when I was a kid, like, I remember being like 5, and I wanted to play games where we make songs. And so then other kids would think like other kids would make they'll do little stuff, but then I would try to make a song, and then they'd be like, he's cheating because that sounds like a real song. and that's always been like my love. Okay. And so then and then also, even as a kid, I kind of had like critiques about movies. So I would watch stuff like even kids movies and be like, this is a bad movie. Like, I would tell my dad, I'm like, Dad, you can record over this movie or do something with it. It's bad. And my dad literally thought I was going to grow up to be a music critic. I mean, a movie critic. Because he would always say, like, he would just sit there and be like, this is why this Batman movie isn't good. Even to this day, I stand by those judgments. But some of them, so Batman and Robin is trash. But
Hey, stand by it.
I stand by it. But so just growing up, I would watch movies, and I was still a kid. So, but when I went to middle school, they were like, "Do you want to join a track or stuff like that?" And I thought I was going to join the basketball team, but when they asked, "What do you want to join?" I said chorus. Boom. And so then I don't think I can sing, but I do think I can write. Okay. And
can you carry melodies?
I can, like, if it's a choir, like, I was actually in honor chorus, and
that means you can sing then, bro. If you made the honor chorus,
I was in honor chorus, and I could read music, but at the same time, I don't think I can sing. So it's just like, if it's a choir, I can hit the note. I just don't think it's gonna sound good coming from me. Understand. And so did chorus. I was a music nerd, so I actually have perfect attendance in chorus. Like, from middle school all the way through high school, I didn't miss.
So let's stop right there, right? In my first pod, I talked about how in middle school I did band, but in high school I did chorus. But I talked about how there are people now who in middle school and in high school, they really liked music, but because chorus or band or orchestra wasn't cool, they decided not to do it. But now they're doing music now they're rappers and singers and things like that, but their musicality could be at a totally different level if they would have grown the gift as a child, but too many people try to fit in, too many people try to do what's cool, or they don't want to get mocked or laughed at or whatever. So even the fact that our first conversation, I said I like musicals, that's just me being straightforward, because I could have not have said that because, this guy looks cool, he's a rapper, da. I could have not have said that, and to be honest, we probably wouldn't have been kicking it for real if we didn't jump on the musical train.
And also, because you admitted that you like musicals, I have a hot take. I think even you people who say you hate musicals, you like musicals. Hear me out. I know you're like, I don't like musicals. I know somebody who is just like, I hate musicals, but their favorite movie is The 5 Heartbeats. It's a musical. I know somebody who was like, I was like, hey, you should go see such and such and such. They were like, oh, I don't like musicals. My niece, I love you, Tashima. As we were walking out of Lion King, she was like, I don't like musicals. I was like, the Lion King is a musical.
It's a musical.
So I just think it has a negative stigma on it. A lot of like that biopic that you like about that artist that has music throughout the whole movie.
Musical.
So that's my hot take. Y'all go come at me. More people like musicals than they want to admit.
Yeah. I think the thing is, some musicals are cheesy, right?
Yeah,
or
that's what it is.
Yes, some musicals are cheesy, or you know, they start breaking out in the dance and everything like that, which is not a problem. You know, that stuff is cool. Everybody has their own taste, but I think when, if you could say, I like sports and I like hip hop and all those other things, saying then I like musicals kind of seem like it doesn't fit. It kind of makes you look soft, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if you like what you like, you like what you like, and you should be proud to like what you like, because it's not good to, you can say what you're about to say something, but it's not good to shun off a side of yourself just because of what other people might think or because it's not popular.
Yeah, that's
right.
Pretty much what I was gonna say. I Beyonce came to mind. I think about how many people hated country music, but then Beyonce came and there was like, oh, I hate country music, but I like this particular country album. I'm like, no, this is just a really good country album. But I'm not like the biggest country fan, but I never said I hated it.
Yeah.
And so then, I think sometimes for some people, I think they just need to see like, no, there can be corny stuff in everything. There's corny rappers. There's corny sportsmanship. But then it's also really cool stuff. And I think you're like us people, you'll define it and show people that. But I kind of sidebarred. So in my journey of doing music.
Yeah, jump back in.
I
started it. So
oh yeah, sorry, it's okay. But Miss Wilson, so I did chorus.
Okay.
Miss Woods in middle school was my chorus teacher, but in high school it was Miss Wilson. Miss Wilson, I love you. She still checks in on me.
Thank you, Miss Wilson.
Thank you, Miss Wilson. Miss Wilson was in the choir in A Preacher's Wife. Miss Wilson's in that choir behind Whitney Houston. And I just remember the first day of her class, she sung Hero by Mariah Carey. And I remember everybody else was like, whatever. I don't know. I was like, yo, she played it, she sung it. And I was like, this is what we can do. And so she took us to Disney World to sing. And I don't know. And then I have those friends that I talk about that are like Grammy nominated. Some of them were in that chorus class with me, and we got made fun of. And I was like, but they kept following that dream that was instilled in us and made us showed us that like, no, this is actually cool. And so then I saw an early cut of the movie that Nick made, and in my mind, I was like, this is so cool, because to me, he's Nick, but he's Miss Wilson to these kids. And so then it's like you're like showing them the possibilities that is like showing them like it was a red carpet event.
Yeah.
It was my first red carpet event. And so I'm like, yo, like these kids are always gonna remember this moment.
Facts.
And no matter who tried to make it seem like this is lame or like whatever, nah, man, they know like, nah, like I'm going place. And those same people who called us lame be coming up to me like, yo, did you hear about such and such and such? I'm like, you made fun of him in high school, and now you're like, hey, do you got his number? Right.
So let's jump on that real quick. You doing good, bro? Everything good with you?
I'm good.
All right, cool. So
sorry if I'm rambling too much, you guys.
Bro, all right, so I'm gonna make a rule because I did this. We cannot apologize for being expressive and talking. Cool. That's gonna be a new rule, because on my first episode I apologized like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But that was based off of insecurities, and I thought that people wouldn't care what it is that I was saying.
That makes sense.
You know, and so that's something that I do, and then I'm stopped doing. So like, I'll say this and I'll keep on going. So one of my students, Peyton, I love you so much. My first job was as a PE teacher coming out of college. Through the connection of my chorus teacher, I was able to get a job at that school as a PE teacher. And so one of my students, she was in 8th grade. Now she's a sophomore in college. And so we still talk to this day. I just jumped on her pod like a week and a half ago. But one thing I was doing, I was talking, and I had said, I'm sorry for talking too much. And she said, don't do that. She said, stop doing that. One of my other students, he's in the same grade. I remember I was saying something. We probably talked about, we went out to eat. We probably talked for about an hour, and I was just talking, just sharing, you know, some wisdom. And he was like, nah, this is good, coach. I appreciate it. Keep on going, you know. And so a lot of times, because of who we are, we tend to dumb down our experiences. We tend to dumb down what it is that we have to share. But a lot of people don't see us the way that we see us, you know. So this goes back to respect my genius. One thing that we have to do as geniuses ourselves is respect our own genius, right? Right now you're talking and there's nothing that you said, and I'm like, this guy's talking too much. Not a single thing that you said. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I promise you guys, as we keep on going, not just in this conversation, but with a lot of different people who are creatives, you're going to see the same thing. People are going to feel like they're doing too much. People may feel like they're talking too much or nobody cares. But that's just something that we all go through, you know.
I think it kind of even goes back to, I saw this post that was talking about how, man, I'm glad we're back in a state of mind where it's cool to care.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I feel like growing up, I know when I was younger, I was trying, you know, a producer and trying to produce for other people, and I was producing for older rappers, and they were always so cool. And I remember they used to be like, I feel like I'm very empathetic. So they'd be like, oh, this man, like, I'm not soft, but you know, they'd be like, he's soft and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I was like, no, I'm just passionate about this stuff. I care about this, the art of it, the sound, all this stuff. Like even that performance where we met it, remember I said I felt like it could be better because I heard how I'm like, nah, the bass is too loud and the beat, because you know we produced that beat, and I'm like, nah, this isn't coming out, and so I just care, and I just remember I got made fun of for it, and you know, now those same people, they're older and they're like, they still try to reach out for beats and stuff, but I just think that, like, I'm glad we're back in a state of mind where it's like, nah, it's cool to, like, the greats, like, everybody's like, Michael Jackson is so great. He cared, like, about
everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Meticulously about like stuff. So I'm just like, nah, man, care. You know, don't be a jerk about it, but like, still, like, I'm glad we're back. Like, I'm glad people are caring.
Yeah,
because like, you too, like, sorry, another hot take to me. Those people that are too cool usually be like the corniest to me. I'm like, bruh, you are. Shut up.
Yeah. Like, no, I feel that for real. Jordan would say something all the time. The coolest people are the ones who are the most authentic and who are just being themselves. Those are the coolest people. Usually when people try to act cool, they're doing less, or they're doing more of what they think they should do instead of just being themselves. And so I'm going to say this, and I have to go back to another point, but even when it comes to your art and your creativity, that should be truly authentic. You shouldn't be copycatting. You shouldn't be trying to make something cool. You should be creating what comes out of your heart, what comes out of your soul. You know, like for me, I'm a harmony guy. And so I don't try to make my harmonies sound like anybody else's. What I hear, that's what I do. And then I tweak and I make those changes. But yeah, so we have to try our best to just be authentic and be real. That's from acting. That's from any type of creative work or creative art, going back to being authentic and just creating what you feel, creating what you see, creating something that has some type of meaning, you know, something that's important to you. We really need to get back on there. But let me say this, because I interrupted your story just to say this. The same way how you have some Grammy nominated people in my choir, we got people that's won Grammys with it, like beat production, people who are producing for other people. We got people who are traveling, singing. You know, I talked about Enrique last time. I talked about Enrique again. Enrique Holmes is a gospel artist, and I remember I was like a freshman. I think he had just graduated. But like our choir, we opened up for Yolanda Adams and Hezekiah Walker, and that was my freshman year going in the choir. So I came in the choir, and we was performing opening up for Yolanda Adams and Hezekiah Walker.
That's dope.
Yeah, and Enrique, he was leading a couple of songs for that performance. And so to be able to see these people that we knew when we were 14, 15, 16, 17, and now they are achieving what it is that they've been working for years, it is extremely encouraging, because I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it,
yeah.
you know. But that I say that to say, let me look over here. I say that to say, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that what God has placed in you is good enough and great enough for you to accomplish the heights that you want to accomplish. But let me adjust what I'm saying. It's not about the accolades. Again, it's not about winning a Grammy, or it's not about, you know, winning an Oscar or any of those things, because, you know, you may not get it. And if that's what you're chasing for, then I think you're chasing the wrong thing. But the fact that you believe in your art so much that you decide to go for it, and that you decide to give 100% to it, that you decide to sacrifice for it, that you stay up late, that you wake up early for it, that, you know, you're at work, but you're still writing songs while you're at work. You in the car and you know, creating a script while you're in the car. You know, these are the things that we live for. But what we should not do, and what a lot of people do, he said do. And what a lot of people do is they kill their dreams because either they don't believe in themselves enough, or they allow other people to dismantle their belief or talk them out of doing what they're doing. And that is so sad. But again, you was in high school, and the people you were in high school with are in the industry right now.
They are in the industry right now, succeeding, doing amazing things. And to piggyback off of what you're saying, like, I know all of us see people doing great things, and all the time we're just like, oh yeah. I started asking myself, why not me? And then when you ask yourself that, because like you said, especially like here in Atlanta, I feel like we're in so close. You might cut this part out too.
Go ahead.
But after I met Nick, like 2 days later, I'm watching Atlanta, and I was like, hey, I know that guy.
Why would I cut that out?
But this goes back to Nick not promoting the stuff that he do, because I was like, Atlanta was one of my favorite shows, and then I'm just watching it, and then there you are. But like, we're in such close proximity of, like, what is it, 6 degrees of separation from like the thing that could like just set it all off for us. And I just think like yeah, I started asking myself, why not me? Because I do hear stuff. I hear stuff and I'm like, yo, this thing that is on the radio, like people don't listen to the radio no, but this thing that's on the radio, I made something just as cool in my closet.
Yeah.
I made something just as cool on sidebar. I have so many, but anybody ask me, Tobias, what do you recommend? If I'm starting off with music, if I'm starting off with creating, if I'm starting off with anything, what do you recommend? And I always say, take the crap. If you have some crap, use it. I had the crappiest laptop. It would crash after I had too many sounds open, too many processes. It just made me a better producer. Like, if you have, like, people like, some people wait till they're like, I gotta wait till I have the $3,000 camera to start use your phone. Use it. Like, use whatever you have. And I guarantee I know people when I was in college, people would be like, why are y'all going to T's dorm to listen to his beats? I make beat, had all the fanciest stuff. Didn't know how to use it. Use what you have, learn it, and then so that way when you do get the good stuff, you're like, I was making greatness off of this rinky dink hard, like low hard drive, terrible computer. This is light work. And I guarantee somebody with the fanciest of the fanciest will not even be able to touch you if they don't know what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
So just start.
So let's pause right there, right? So let's go ahead and do this right now. And this may be a separate social media post, but go ahead and put in the chat your first DAW that you used, your first equipment, your first mic. If you was using GarageBand, Logic, Audacity, Pro Tools, what's the first thing you worked with? Go ahead and put that in the chat. For me, it was Audacity.
For me, it was Audacity.
It was Audacity.
Audacity.
All right. So check this out. So when I was in high school, my parents had this old Dell laptop. It was green. It moved super slow. I think we still got it, but it don't work no more. But I fell in love with harmonies when I was in high school. And so I started to try to do covers. I started to do covers. And in the covers, I would sing the tenor part, alto part, soprano part, do the lead. And that's how I started working on recording my harmonies. If you look back and listen to some of that music that I did, terrible. Sounds bad. But I didn't even have a mic. So I would, go and record. Maybe if I had headphones, I'll plug the headphones in so it doesn't catch up the other harmonies. But before I knew how that worked, I remember doing that. But from there, after that, once I got to college, I got with my first tax refund in college.
Yeah. Or was it what was it called that we used to always get? I know what you're talking about. Why am I blanking on the word? We used to get the refund check. Yeah,
it was either with that or my first tax refund. One of the two. I got my first Mac laptop, which I still got to this day. It's barely running.
I still got my first Mac.
Barely running. But then that's when I started using GarageBand, and so GarageBand was the first official recording software that I used. So I learned everything on GarageBand. I made the beat to Press On GarageBand. So the record that I showed you guys last time, have you heard Press On? I think you've heard Press On.
Maybe.
You know what? Hold on one second. Let me show you this real quick.
I might have heard Press On.
I think you did. This is the old version. Let me see.
Broken, washed out. No. Help me and
You made this on GarageBand?
GarageBand. This is the land.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. The guitar, GarageBand.
Okay.
Right. So going back to what T was saying, use what you have. You don't need all the bells and whistles to create. Bruh, there are so many records where people are making thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Dare I say millions of dollars off of hit records that they use crap studio equipment with.
Steve Lacy started making beats on his phone.
And we live in an era now where we have so much that we have access to that if you're a genius, if you have that swagger, if you have that the juice, swagger. I love swagger. Yeah. One of my kids was like, oh, don't say that. She said, don't say sauce, don't say saucy, don't say that.
You got it.
If you got it, you got it. But yeah, so use your stuff. But let's keep it pushing, man. Since we talked about the crappy equipment, let's talk about struggles. All right. One thing that I hate, and I said I never wanted to be, was a starving artist. But so many of us are starving artists. So many of us are struggling to pay the bills, either because we just can't get a good job, or if we get a good job, then we can't do what we really want to do because we don't have flexibility. So can you share some of your experiences that you've had or that you are having when it has to do with being an artist and trying to pay the bills?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Struggles. I will say it. I don't want to say it comes with the territory. I don't want to say that. I do want to say, first of all, all of us, everybody, not even just artists, we're all bigger than our struggles. And I say that because at one point I feel like I wore it with pride, the struggles. Like I'm thinking like I'm supposed to be struggling.
Yeah.
It's kind of like some people who think like, oh, I'm only a great artist if I'm high or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they think when they're sober, they can't harness what was within them.
Been there.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, no, it's within you. And so then like, I used to think like my struggle is what's making me a better artist. And then if there was moments of like joy or peace or sustainability, I'm like, nah, I'm losing my edge. Like, bro, who wants to be like hungry all the time? Right. And so then in college, I was a full-time student. I think that's when I was struggling the most. A full-time student.
What school you went to?
Albany State University.
Okay, cool.
Full-time student, worked 2 jobs, worked at this wing restaurant where they had wings and GameStop. And both of them were right next to each other.
Wait, how many jobs were you working at one time?
I was working 2 jobs at one time.
Sheesh. And
a full-time student. And I literally was bragging about the fact, because I was working on an album at the time too, that it's going to come out. But it's coming out soon. But I was working on an album. And
this man sound like me.
It's gonna come out.
It's gonna come.
It's coming. But I was working on the same album, and I was bragging about the fact like, yeah, I'm sleeping 15 minutes to get up for work tomorrow. I was about to lose my mind. And one of my friends, he was just like, one of my best friends, he was like, man, see, that job can get another cashier. We can't get another Tobias. And when he said that, when I realized I was just like burning the candle at both ends, I realized some of my struggles at that point was like self-inflicted.
Yeah.
But I do know that the ones, because there are some struggles that weren't self-inflicted, that just was life, that made really good songs. Mm-hmm. But I had to get to a point where it's just like, I wrote in a song one time, I said, my song feels the pain more than I ever feel it. And I just thought like all of this hurt is for a purpose. It's for these songs. It's for those moments where I've written a song and somebody comes to me and they're like, hey man, I listened to this song and I've had these conversations where like, that moment saved my life. And I'm like, okay, well then, like, keep putting me through stuff so that way I can keep making good music. But I don't think we're more than that. And so I've had, I do think there has to be a balance. There has to be, one of my friends, same friend, he said if I was homeless but could still make music, I would be happy. Fair, right? Like you have to have that, because people who think like, I remember people, I know you've heard it, people who are like, are you trying to take the easy way out? What's easy about this? And so then it has to be that balance of, you have to have that hunger and that drive to like be the one working on the thing when everybody else is asleep. You have to have that. But at the same time, we have to also still know like we're bigger than the struggle, because I personally was like, yes, pain is making, and I was making some of my best music. But I'm okay right now and I'm still making good music. Yeah, I've had a lot of struggles with the music stuff, and I've had a lot of doubt. I've had a lot of people who would say stuff, family too, who would say stuff that would just cause me to doubt myself. Yeah. Who would be like, man, this song. I remember I used to struggle with the concept of, do I look like an artist? Mm-hmm. I remember one time I was somewhere and I told somebody, I had a show that night, and they was like, but you don't look like a rapper. And they instantly was like, yeah. And they just thought I sucked. And that turned into insecurities. And then you're already staying up late to do this thing that nobody else seems to believe in you for. And then that doubles down with more doubt. And then when the failures come, 'cause I've been booed. I've practiced so hard for a set to get on stage and the sound not be right, and to actually be booed, and you're just like, what am I doing this for? But God will right the ship. Cause I got booed the very next day. My friend was like, "Hey, bro, come to this event and do this thing for these kids." And I was like, "Bro, did you see what just happened?" And I did this thing. I did an event for some kids, and I was so happy I did that event. You know, and so the struggles will be there. Just keep pushing forward, but know that you're bigger than your struggles. Know that you're bigger than the pain. Know that to a lot of my artist friends, just know, like, I wholeheartedly believe your words have power. I think so then just think about what you're speaking into people, but think about what you're speaking into yourself.
Facts.
And just keep pushing forward.
This is gonna be a sidebar, so I may put this somewhere else. When I tell you I was so nervous and scared and shy to do a pod.
Really?
Bruh. It's so bad.
How come?
What I gotta say? Who gonna listen to me?
I was on a podcast literally before, and I remember I was quiet the whole time, and somebody was like, "Why was you saying nothing?" And I was like, "I'm not that important." And that was my real feelings. I was like, "What? Why would you listen to me talk for 30 minutes about who am I?"
Yep.
But now I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm me." You know, and it just goes back to that confidence thing.
Yep. But yeah, bro. So like, I'm happy I'm doing this because one, this is healthy for people, bro. I don't listen to a lot of pods, but I don't know if I hear this enough. I don't know if we, I mean, some people, talk about it, but like, talk about being booed. Like, I tell my students all the time when they have bad performances, good. It's great you had a bad performance.
Yeah.
We need bad performances. We need to mess up. We need to go and, I mean, not really, but we need to go and forget our word one time or stumble on our line. We need to go and everything's not perfect, because what that teaches you is resilience. It teaches you that it's really not about you, and we're not here to be perfect, right? So one thing that I say all the time, and I mean it, is I'm not an entertainer. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to share my music with you. I'm here to share what I've been working with you. I'm not here to keep you, I don't use the word entertain. I don't want to use the word entertain anymore. I'm not here to keep you, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm here for. Like, I'm not a robot either, and I'm a performer, but I'm also not a performer at the same time, So if I come here and I sing and my voice is off, I guess my voice is off today. But I don't have to have a perfect performance in order for me to have a great performance. That goes back.
That's a bar.
I guess so.
I don't have to have a perfect performance in order for me to have a great performance.
Yeah, because even the one that we clicked on, bro, you didn't like your performance that much. I wasn't feeling my performance that much. But he received what he needed. I received what I needed. And other people was vibing to the things that we were doing. And so one thing that I tell my children all the time is, as long as you're trying your best, that's all that matters, right? And one thing that I do for me now, especially because it used to be perform or don't mess up, that started getting too hard, and then I will start thinking, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up. And then, of course, what happens? I mess up.
You mess up.
So now I have a goal for each time I perform. So this time when I perform, I need to make sure that I sing with confidence and that I connect with the audience. The next time I perform, I need to make sure that vocally I do everything that I can vocally when I perform this time. The next time I perform, when I play the keys, let me make sure I'm feeling the keys and don't let my fingers tense up. Just play, bro. Just play. And so these are the things that while I perform now, or when I'm in front of people, it's been helping me so much to get out of that performance mode or to get out of the perfection mode. And it's like, if I mess up, I mess up. This isn't a recital. I'm not getting graded for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
my big thing lately is have fun, Tobias.
Yeah.
Because
Facts.
you like I said before, like just practice. Like, man, have fun. Like yeah, even if there's a serious song, even if there's like a real moment with the be present and have fun. Because not everybody is gonna be able to like do this. You know what I mean? Like and so then like these people came here. Nobody came here just to see me, like you said, be a robot. They came here to have an experience, and part of that experience is have fun, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
No, I like that.
that's been mine.
I like that. All right, let's keep on moving, bro. I wanna do this, and then we're gonna do 2 more things, and then that should be it.
Okay.
I've been enjoying myself, bro. So thank you so much, bro.
No problem.
This is
I'm
great.
glad to be here.
I gotta have you back on the show.
I will definitely. And next time I'm coming with more music, you guys. I promise.
Was that your stomach?
It was.
Yeah. So this is a segment that we're gonna do. It's real simple.
Okay.
Guys, we're doing a segment called Respect, right? Okay. And all we're doing in this Respect segment is I'm gonna share what I like and respect about him and his artistry, and he's gonna do the exact same thing. One thing that one of my mentors, Mr. Wes Heath, taught me was the power of edification, right? And so edification or edifying is you lift somebody up, right? You do that one for them, but you also do that in front of others so they can also be able to know and appreciate how you feel about them, and let other people affirm these edifying comments and fruits.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
2 days ago, I was having a conversation and I was trying to think of a word. The word was edification. And I was like, I know what this word is. And I was struggling. I was like, why am I not thinking of what this word is? Full circle moment. I'm sitting here like, and I was like, I know what the word is. Thank you. So you actually gave me the word I was trying to say 2 days ago.
Fantastic. All praise goes to the King. Yahweh, yeah, you know my everything. The ruler, creator of all beings. I let him know it's for you that I sing. You know what? We're going to end. Y'all going to hear some of that record today. I'm going to play it just for that.
Hey.
Thank you, God. I appreciate it. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So that's the Holy Spirit, man. Everything. All right. So edification. You're a man that has the Holy Spirit.
Thank you.
Every conversation that we have is God-based, even if we're not talking about God, right? So the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Ever since I met T, I feel the love. There's joy, right? So for that guy to call you sunshine or whatever it was and say you're bright, that's joy. Peace, you're a man of peace. Patient, you're kind, gentle. Thanks, fruits of the Spirit, bro. And so I think that's why we vibe so much from the first conversation, was because of the Holy Spirit connection. There's been few people that I've met on some set, some performance, some place, and it's like, yeah, that's a bro.
Thanks, bro. Sorry.
Hey, man, nah, you good, bro. What's going on, man? Talk to me, bro. What's going on, bro?
That was really nice, bro. I needed that.
Hey, amen.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, bro. The fruits of the Spirit, bro. And so I remember when we went to IHOP that one night and we was talking, you know, every time I talk with you, bro, even when we talk on the phone, the conversation is no less than 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
No less. But I'm checking on you, you checking on me. And it's friendship before music.
Yeah.
There's some people where it's only about the music. It's only about the business. They don't even ask you how you doing. And if they do ask you how you doing, they skate over whatever your answer is.
Yeah.
And don't even go further to see like, oh, hi, what's up, bro? How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm all right. What do you mean you all right? You know, you can tell if somebody doing good or not.
Yeah.
For real, you know what I mean? And so I do appreciate that about you. You're somebody that comes through when I need you, right? I've asked you to come through for 2 records. And And on both times, you had stuff going on in your life, right? And so if you guys remember the sometimes I can't take it, so much weight on my mind, right? On that song, this guy had a lot that he was going through, right? And it was getting close to the time where we had to shoot the scene. And I was like, bro, I don't know what's going on, man. Tee may not be able to come through, But he sacrificed, came in, penned in what he had to pen in, and it was beautiful. Amazing. You did exactly what I needed, bro. Every time you jumped on a record, it's been exactly what I needed. And everybody doesn't give me exactly what I need, right? And so in times, especially for believers, in times where we're under pressure or in times where we have to write and create and it's like, God, I don't know what to do. I need your help. He always come through and like, I don't even know how I wrote this. I don't even know how this came out. But that's truly the Holy Spirit when he comes in and does the work that he does, right? And so edification, respect, number one. I respect the God in you, bro. Honestly.
Thank you, bro. Edification for me, for you, man.
I'm not even done, bro.
Okay.
I'm not even done. But
go ahead.
I respect the God in you, right? But then also I respect the genius in you. I was going to say artist, but now I respect the genius in you, right? Because you don't see everything the way that everybody sees stuff. The fact that you have music that you want to come out, but it hasn't came out yet is because you're calculating. You're the formula is like, that's not right. That's not right. Then you got life stuff going on, but that's not right. I can't put that out yet. Because that's not what I want. It's not right. So I respect the genius in you because there's so many other people that they just would have put out stuff just because. But the fact that you decide to wait, the fact that you decide to say, no, I'm going to get this right. I'm going to make sure that when I put it out to the world, that people can really understand who T is. People can really understand who Tobias is. That's respect because everybody doesn't do that. But that goes back to patience, which is a fruit of the Spirit, right? And so at times we may get upset with ourselves. We may get upset that, and I'm talking to a certain group of people right now that you guys understand what I'm saying. You've had this monkey on your back for years. I'm not even talking about months. I'm talking about years. You've had a specific project. You've had a script. You've had a movie. You've had a song. You've had an album. You've had a business. You've had just something that's been on your back for years. And then you go on social media, you turn on the TV, and you see people putting out crap. You see people putting out stuff that's basic and you know your stuff is better. You know it's like, oh my goodness, God. Or people putting out ideas that you had is like, oh.
I've been there.
But let patience have its perfect work, right? For we know that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are what? Thank you. Called according to his purpose. Right. So sometimes the delay is not denial. It's just it's going to come out when it comes out and it's going to be the right timing. And I do believe that this year, 2025, is the right timing.
I do too.
2025 is the right timing. And so this is the time, because earlier you were talking about struggles and, barely getting sleep, et cetera, et cetera. This is the time to I would say burn that midnight oil. This is the time to do that extra grinding, to do what needs to get done, because I'm going to talk about this in another pod. So stay tuned for the next episode. But the process of getting a project out, the process of putting together something, like when you want to put a project out, all of a sudden your car gets messed up. All of a sudden bills are piling up. All of a sudden somebody gets sick. All of a sudden your money get funny. Why is that? Because the enemy knows that what you have to put out into the world is going to positively impact people. So he's going to put out and do things to try to mess up your confidence, to try to delay you, to try to stop you. And so if you're experiencing warfare and you know you have things that you're supposed to be putting out, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. That means that what you have is powerful. That means that what you have is going to wreck the earth and it's going to positively impact people. I'm not talking to the people who's putting out nonsense or putting out trash. It's easy for people to put out nonsense and trash. That's all over the place, and people doing it all the time. But the people that have the good stories that they want to share, the people that have they talking about their pain, everything that they're going through, but at the end of the project, there's healing and there's involvement out of it. You know, like the enemy's gonna try his best to slow you down. And so, from me to you, from T to you, keep on going, keep pushing, because we're right there with you. And I'm telling you, you got to press on. I wrote Press On in 2018, 2019. Bro, it's 2025. I've had like 4 studio sessions for this one song within the last few months. 4 studio sessions. I should have been done with the song.
I played a song for somebody and it's an old song. I've performed it at shows. Actually, you've heard the song. It was a song that I performed that night.
Okay.
And they were like, yo, this song needs to be out. People need this. And I was like, it's coming. But I have to, I know exactly, I'm just basically piggybacking off what you say, like the same song, but I still perform it. So you guys might hear it one day.
Yeah.
But when it comes out, I just know like that's the moment.
Yeah.
So it'll come in time.
Good. So let me get back to respect, edification. But yeah, bro, the music is dope, bro. It's fire.
Appreciate you.
Your pen game is awesome. It's
Thank
amazing. You, like I said earlier, you tick tack pop pop dot 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 and a dot dot dot. Change the way you say this word to come back here and keep on going. It's nice. And when you hit that right vein and you spitting, I'm like,
appreciate you, bro.
That's good. And the thing is too, I don't say a lot of people are good. I don't ask a lot of people to do stuff with me. Who does this guy think he is? Who is this Nick guy talk? Who does this guy think he is, man? Talking about he don't ask a bunch of people. I don't ask a lot of people. And the thing is, a lot of you guys don't know who I am now, but a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, when I die, you will see why I'm talking the way that I'm talking. And again, it's not arrogance. And if you feel like it's arrogance, it's not arrogance. For people that know me, they know this isn't arrogance. I'm a very humble guy. And there's a lot of people out there that are better than me. There's a lot of people that are vocally amazing, wonderful. Their arrangements are better. They're fire. But nobody can make music the way like I make music. Nobody writes the way like I write. Nobody's putting out stuff the way that I'm putting out stuff. Nothing that I put out, somebody else is doing. I guarantee it. I promise you.
Facts.
So, respect, bro. I really respect you. So keep up the good work.
Appreciate you.
And when I saw that video with you and your nephew, right? I said, look at this guy acting. I need to cast this dude. Look at this guy.
Did you see
acting.
the one I did for Nasia?
I'm
gonna show you that one after.
Was that last week? Did you end up going, or was it for something different?
That was something different. I'm gonna show you. It's
yeah.
out. She posted it.
You know what? I need to see it. And Nasia, 1, I need to put you on the show. Number 2, we got to do something. I know you asked a while back, but I just wasn't in the right place and space. So let's do something now.
I'm gonna show you her video. I think you'll like it.
I bet.
But cool. So it's my goal.
It's your turn. Go ahead, buddy.
Bro, I mentioned it earlier. I don't think I'm not gonna doubt myself, because I was about to say I probably won't be able to articulate stuff as well as you just did. But I do want to say, bro, first and foremost, your confidence, man. Like I said, when I first met you, that was the thing that stood out when you said, yeah, you're talking to the greatest musical writer. And to me, it sounds like something you would hear in a movie. Like somebody just walks in and then people will be like, they didn't really say that in real life. They just embellishing. Like, nah, he said that. And so your confidence, bro, I think it's refreshing. I know I know people who are cocky, who don't put in the work to even earn that cockiness. But I know that you put in the work, bro. I know that you're striving towards something great. And I think that it's a beautiful thing, bro, that to just have somebody just be like, this is who I am, because I know also, like you said before, it's not about you. So then you're making that statement, so somebody else who's like, man, I'm the greatest, they'll have the confidence to come in and say it.
Yeah.
Like Kobe wasn't like going to practice being like, yeah, I'm alright. Nah, he's like, I'm, you know, and so then you're like you're trying to set that generation, set that standard so people can like actually just be like, no, this is who I am, because there's so many people who are going to tell you what you aren't, or so many people who's going to project onto you what they believe you should be. And I've been there before too, where people are just like, oh, you're this, and then you're like, and then you get off of your path, and then you're doing something that's not you, and then you're just like, you're like
wasting my time.
Like I'm living like I'm only Clark Kent when I could be Superman, and I'm just like letting all my gifts and talents just fall to the wayside. So I think that's a dope thing, bro, that you instill it in your students to be confident in who you are. I think that's a dope thing, man. You're a great teacher.
Thank you.
I saw the film. I saw how you interacted with your students, because we all know teachers who are just there for a paycheck. And I get it, but then I saw like your students, they look up to you, they respect you. You're the type of teacher where years from now, just like how I talk about Miss Wilson, or how you talk about your particular favorite teacher, how you're that teacher where they're gonna be like, man, I was watching sidebar. I was watching an interview for this artist named Quedeca. I'm just not getting onto your music, Quedeca. But you said something in your interview about how you had a music teacher who, when you went to her class, she actually taught you you thought she was just going to teach you how to read music as a kid. And then she was actually teaching you how to play the things that were in your head. And then you said that the part that stood out to me is when you said, I sent her an email recently and telling her thank you and how I'm doing music for a living now. And she said, I've been waiting for this email for 10 years.
Wow.
Nick, you're that teacher where like kids who are like Tupac said, like, I'm gonna spark the spark for the next generation. You're doing something great for yourself, and you're doing something great that's gonna be dope. But then also you're also sparking this next generation of artists. And 10 years from now, when one of your students is singing on like the biggest stage, you'll get that email, and the thing is, you won't be surprised.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you thank you, bro, but I'm not gonna get the email. I'm gonna get the phone call. I'm gonna get we're gonna be sitting at lunch, right?
Yeah.
And so I thank you so much. And if there's more that you want to say, I'm gonna allow you to say it. But I wanna say this real quick. I'm not a school teacher, right? For those of you guys that don't know, I have a program to where I'm working with students, right? And so I'm building for the future. The kids that I'm working with right now that are 5, when they're 12, 13, 14, 15, my prayer is that they're still working with me, and we're working on the highest level sets. So right now we're just training for the highest level sets. The ones right now that are learning the keys and we're singing and we're recording music, I want them to continue making music with me. Wherever I go, they're coming with me, right? And so I really appreciate what you're saying, but just for people that don't know or understand, I'm not just doing this for right now. I'm building something, because the problem that we have is we have great teachers, but then after we graduate, what is there left for us to do? Where do we go? We may go to college. We may try to get signed by a label. We may go to a performing arts school. But then after that, where do we go? There's not a lot of places and spaces for creatives to just go in and stay in and grow in and get paid. Like, bro, my kids are getting paid, bro.
Yeah.
My kids are getting paid.
Yeah.
I have a 5-year-old right now, or not really a 6. I have a 6-year-old who just acted in a pilot episode. Yeah, a pilot episode for a TV series, right? Her and her older brother acted in it, right? And she got a little bit of money from it. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm in the process of doing this thing now. So the movie that we did, that's just a foreshadow of the future. I'm going to say this, and then we'll wrap it up soon, because we've been talking, but it's been great. I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation. You guys enjoying the conversation? Because I am. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. But I was watching, it was a recent heist movie that just came out with
12
Den of Thieves. And while I was watching it, no kidding, I swear to God, you're not supposed to swear to God. I swear to God, I was sitting down in the movie theater and my students' faces and my faces were replacing the people that was on the screen. And so I was doing a heist movie with 4 of my kids. And it was on that high level production. And then God showed me how the movie thing that we just did is just preparation for the future. Right. And so what I'm doing right now is not for me. I'm out of the place to where this stuff is for me. I'm not doing this stuff for me. I'm not doing it for me. God already stripped that away from me about me wanting to be a big star. Now, if that happens because of the great work that I do, that's great and that's fantastic. But that's not my goal. My goal is for the next generation. Right. And then ultimately, the more that I build and the better that I do, the more impact that I have, the more influence that I have, that we can actually help people around the world, help their standard of living, help them be able to make money for themselves. All these places that don't got water, that don't got food, we got enough money and we have people giving us money where we can go do the things that people should have been doing that make people's lives better. You got people that don't got teeth in their mouth or they can't replace their teeth or they got cavities and they can't fix that because they don't got money. But we got folks that have money or folks that could help that don't help. That's what I want to do, bro. I was talking to somebody else the other day. Give me the keys to the city. Give me a Nobel Peace Prize. The music stuff is great. I love it. That's fun. That's fantastic. But there's so many people out there who are doing the music thing or doing the acting thing or doing the creativity thing on a high level, but it's all for themselves. Not everybody, but it's all for themselves. And so we have people that they're shooting for the Grammy, like we were talking about earlier. They're shooting for the Oscar, but all of that is just self-glorification. What the devil tried to do was put himself above God. He wanted to be the one, the best. So now everybody wants to be the GOAT.
Yo, and even to piggyback off of what you said, because even part of the reason why I do music is not to keep quoting other artists or other things, but I think about I'm not even gonna mention this artist, but in this artist, in the interview, he says, I do this for the kid that's like me who feels alone and thinks nobody sees him. And that's part of my journey. Like, I know, like you said, I'm thinking about this because I'm like, it can have a cool cadence, but what am I saying? Because shout out to my nephew. I think about sometimes me and my nephew will be having conversations. He be like, yo, Unc, when you said such and such and such, I barely be remembering the line, but he remembers it. And I'm like, yo, this stuff matters.
The power of influence.
Yeah. So, like you said, man, this is bigger than just the arts itself. It's like the impact that it has on the world.
Yep. Big facts. And we're at the place now to where we put things on the internet so anybody can see it, everybody can see it. And so we do have the ability to impact the world. Right. So let's go ahead and land the plane because this has been a good flight. We've flown from Atlanta to California and we're almost there. And we kind of already talked about this, but what's your plan for the future? What are you working towards? What are you trying to do? What should people be looking out for from you?
Be looking out. I'm going to speak it and say it today. And so hold me accountable. I'll be looking out for our album this year. Let's say have it completed. My album. Be looking out for visuals. And when I say visuals, I don't just mean like music videos, but I mean, like you said, I like acting. I like writing scripts. I like doing things that are bigger. And then be looking out for the impact that those things will have, so I can act. Because the plan, I don't want to give everything away.
Yeah.
As somebody said, if they don't know all of your dreams, they can't shoot them down. But I do want this stuff to turn into something else that really helps people, and be on the lookout for that. And
good.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I mean, I already talked about what I'm doing a little bit, but for this year, same thing. Album. I have to release my album this year. I have to. So this summer is going to be a lot of work getting that done. But then also I'm doing a stage play this year as well. Which, matter of fact, since we here, I may need your help on that. Right?
You know how much I love plays.
I do.
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here for it.
So the name of the play is called If You Only Knew. I did it 4 or 5 years ago, back when I was in college. Quick story, talking about the grind, right?
Okay.
So I was in college doing a full load of classes, working 30 hours a week at a truck washing place while doing a musical that I wrote and produced and acted in and had to direct. You just do everything, huh? And then on top of that, serving in church and being a part of Bible study all at one time.
Bro, it sounded like what I was doing, but it wasn't a play, but with
the grind,
the
right?
grind.
And so when we go through seasons of life where it's just so much that we have to do, what that is preparation for the future. I say this to say, back when I was in college, when I was doing that, I had no idea that fast forward 5-6 years later, I'm running my after school program. We're doing a full movie. I'm giving a full load of lessons, right? And I'm married and I got to pay the bills. And so at times where you feel like, man, why am I doing this? It's to prepare you for the future, right? And the work that you do now, if you can be present enough while you're grinding and working, you can learn and glean so much during this time that for the next time you can even attack it better, right? Or you cannot burn yourself out if you're able to be present, if you're able to balance. You can work hard and grind and still balance and still be balanced at the same time.
But practice is supposed to be harder than the game.
Facts. Very true. So anyways, I got a musical that I need to do this year, and it's bananas and it's fire, but there are some like songs I want to rewrite and different things I want to do. So we need to talk about that.
I'm down. I'm excited.
Yeah, bro, that's going to be good. And so for this year, I just got to do that. I got to put out the movie. So you guys need to see the movie that I did with my kids.
It's good.
Album, play. And then there's something else, but you guys are just going to have to wait to see that. Because, again, you can't tell everybody your secret.
You can't tell everything. Right. Yeah. Let them be surprised.
Let them be surprised. But, Tobias, we've been talking for a minute.
Yeah.
And I want to. Like it doesn't, right? I want the people to want you to come back. You know what I mean? And so you guys can listen to more. Because I feel like we barely scratched the surface when it comes to content and things like that. But also what I want to do is like get you in a room with some other artists and we like 3-4 of us are talking and really sharing our experiences. Yeah. I think that'll be really good. But I really do appreciate you, bro. I meant everything that I said. You are a true, genuine, good human being. And the best thing in the world is meeting somebody who has talent but also has character at the same time. There's nothing worse than meeting somebody who's extremely God-given talented but their character is terrible.
My boss, not even to get it like into my regular job, but my boss, he said something to me the other day, or he said it a while back actually. And he was just thanking me for something. And he said, T, because they actually called me T at work. He's like, T, man, you could teach anybody how to do a job, but you can't teach everybody integrity. And I'm glad you have integrity. And that stuck with me too. So yeah, thank you, man. I feel like God's just confirming certain stuff.
That's good. Hey, I'm gonna take it. So even with that, right, if you're somebody who you're struggling with integrity, or you know that at times you don't always make the right decisions, or you're not somebody that can be trusted, the good news is you can always shift and you can always change. It is better to be somebody that people respect and love than to be right, whatever that means, right? And then also for the people who struggle with always being integral because you feel like it's not getting you anywhere, I promise you, the good seeds that you sown, they're gonna, what do you call it? I don't want to say you will reap, but the good seeds that you sown, you will be able to see the fruit of that as time progresses. There are good seeds that I've sown in the past that right now I'm seeing the fruit from.
Preach, bro. Preach, bro.
All right, I'm going to preach. There are good seeds that I've sown in the past that right now I'm seeing the fruits from. They're like, come on, God. I've done this. I've done that. People don't know the things I did here. I did this thing good for that person. I did that. I could have talked about somebody, but I didn't. I spared this person, but I didn't. You know, different things like that. And I've just seen how when it comes to taking the high road And also when it comes to just trusting the Holy Spirit and doing what's right and making those sacrifices, it always pays off, whether you see it now or not. And again, who you are as a person is way more important than the work that you produce. Who you are as a person is way more important than what the masses may see you as, right? So just, remember that and take that. But like I said, I need to wrap it up. But before I wrap it up, watch this clip real quick. All right, so you guys still rocking with me? I appreciate it. What I need you guys to do is, again, like the video, share, and subscribe. Okay? Thank you so much. All right, guys. Again, this has been an amazing conversation with my boy Tobias. What we're going to do as we finish off for today is I'm going to allow him to say any final closing remarks, words of inspiration, or anything that's on his mind. He's going to talk to you guys for a quick second, and then after that, we'll wrap it up.
I actually don't really have much. Just whatever you're out there doing, whatever dreams you're fighting for, keep fighting. Know that it's not always easy, but you got this. Know that you matter. That's the big one. You matter. Sometimes it might feel like you don't. Sometimes you might feel small. Sometimes it might feel like just everything's against you. Sometimes it feels like when you do the right thing, only the wrong thing happens to you. But just know, like we was talking about earlier, keep operating with integrity. Keep operating with hope. Don't let other people project their negativity on you. And just know, like, this is your time. And if you're going through something right now and you feel like nobody sees you, or it feels like you're alone, you're not. Those people you see on social media that seem like they just living the best life, they have hard days too. So just keep growing, keep praying, and I'll pray for you too. So keep at it.
You know what? That's great, bro. Since you said it, let's go ahead and pray right now. Yeah. I'm gonna let you pray.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead.
It's big. Nick always is the one that's praying. Lord, I just want to thank you for allowing us to have a good podcast. I just want to thank you for allowing us to have this real connection as friends, and just allowing us to continue to grow as people and continue to grow within you. I want to thank you for the journey that we're on. I want to thank you for the listeners that are listening right now, who I hope they get what they need from this. Not just I hope they're not, and as Nick said earlier, I hope they're not just entertained or it's just something on in the background, but it's actually something that like helps guide them towards whatever they need to be guided towards. I pray that we continue to maneuver and align, and I pray for Nick's kids, the ones that he's building with, not just teaching like he said earlier, but building. I pray that the vision that you give us, we understand that not everybody will get that vision, because you gave it to us for a reason. And so then for us to have this vision, Lord, just know that we know that it's ours. And I pray that we'll be able to discern who doesn't fit into that vision, because there will be times where people will try to insert themselves in our vision. People will try to project what they believe the vision should be onto us. People will think we're insane. People thought Noah was insane until the flood. And so I pray that even when it seems like nobody gets it, if it's of you, that we continue to get it. I pray that the listeners continue to operate with love. And just thank you for this opportunity to even be able to speak and share these moments. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, T, one more time, tell everybody where they can find you at, please.
Tee Dewitt on all social media, TeeDewitt. I've archived a lot of stuff on my Instagram, but that's because some stuff's on the way.
Good. I know you have a few music out or some stuff from back in the day, right? So if people want to listen to some music, where can they check out the old T?
I was in a group called True Story, spelled with a two, the number 2, RUESTOREY. It's me and my friend Adrian. We're a rap group. If you guys are familiar with like Eshawn Burgundy, the gospel rapper, I produced some stuff for him. He's on the album that me and him have out. If you guys know Street Pastor, he's on the album. If you guys know Big Phil, gospel rapper, he was on the album. Check it out. If you can find it. It should be on SoundCloud, but I know Adrian sometimes he might archive some stuff. But if you can find it, it's a good listen.
Fantastic. All right, guys. So T, again, thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. Really do mean it. We're going to have you back on the pod. This was great. This was amazing. For you guys, check him out. Check out his stuff. And, you know, if you've been vibing with us, like the video. If we've said something that resonated with your heart and with your soul, if you got a friend and you listening right now, you're like, bruh, so-and-so need to hear this or so-and-so need to hear that, share it, right? And if you like what we're doing, this is just my first guest. I have so many more people that are in the industry, whether that's in the industry or, you know, underground or, you know, just in a place to where they're working and grinding. Subscribe to the channel, all right? And click the notification bell. That way, anything that we post, you guys will be able to see. Cool? Cool. So it's your boy Nick Kayea saying it's a great day to be saved, great life to know Christ, and a great time to live the dream. This is the Respect My Genius pod. I hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, make good decisions, and I'll see you later. Peace.
All praise goes to the King, Yahweh.